Hello everyone. So today in this session we will learn about the nitrogen metabolism. My name is Pranav Vijayagadkar, Assistant Professor of Department of Botany at BB Arts and B Commerce and BP Science College, Digras. So in this session we will study about the sources of nitrogen, what is nitrogen metabolism, the nitrogen cycle, what are the two types of nitrogen fixation like biological nitrogen fixation and symbiotic nitrogen fixation. Also we will study about the nodule formation. In the symbiotic nitrogen fixation, there is a need of microbe and the plant which closely associated with each other and fix the nitrogen, and this step is the nodule formation. Also we will got to know about the role of nitrate reductase in the nitrogen fixation, ammonium assimilation. So what are the sources of nitrogen? Nitrogen is very essential for the plant. It is an essential element. We know that there are some mineral elements like micronutrients and macronutrients which are very essential for the plant development. So nitrogen is the macronutrient which is essential for the plant growth and development. It occurs in the form of organic and inorganic form. So what are the organic forms of nitrogen in the plant? These are amino acids, proteins, enzymes, hormones, nucleic acid, alkaloid and chlorophyll. These are some organic forms which are found in the plant. What are the inorganic forms which are found in the nature? These are the nitrates, nitrites and ammonia. So these are the inorganic forms of nitrogen. So we know that in the atmosphere there is up to 79% of nitrogen present in the gaseous form, and plant absorb the nitrogen in the inorganic form and convert this nitrogen into organic form. So plant absorb this nitrogen in the form of nitrate, nitrates and ammonia and convert this inorganic form into organic form like amino acid, proteins, enzymes which are helps in the nitrogen metabolism. So what are the sources of nitrogen in the soil? Mainly nitrogen in the soil is in the form of humus, and humus is produced by the dead and decaying matter of the plant and animals, which is a very rich source of proteins and not absorbed by the plant directly. So it is essential to break these proteins into simpler compounds like ammonia by the soil bacteria called as ammonification. So there are some soil bacteria like Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter in the soil which bring the decomposition, further decay, oxidation of the humus and convert this humus into ammonia, which is known as ammonification, and then the ammonia is converted or oxidized in the form of nitrates and nitrites and then into nitrates, and this process is known as nitrification. Then heading towards the main concept, that is nitrogen metabolism. So we know that metabolism is the series of biochemical changes which is taking place inside or the outside the plant body, which results in the formation of complex nitrogenous food from the simpler derivatives and destruction of this complex nitrogenous food into simpler compounds. So there are two sides of metabolic reaction. One is the anabolic process and one is the catabolic process. So what are the anabolic processes in the nitrogen metabolism? It is nitrogen fixation, amino acid synthesis, protein synthesis. And what are the catabolic processes? This is proteolysis, amino acid destruction and denitrification. So how this nitrogen is available to the plant from the atmosphere? So we will study it in the form of nitrogen cycle. So atmospheric nitrogen firstly is fixed in three ways like biological nitrogen fixation, industrial nitrogen fixation and electrical nitrogen fixation. So in this biological nitrogen fixation, the microbes, living agents are very helpful to fix the nitrogen into the ammonia. Industrial nitrogen fixation, in which atmospheric nitrogen is converted into ammonia, and then this ammonia is converted into nitrite by a soil bacteria like Nitrosomonas, and then Nitrobacter convert it into nitrate, and this nitrate is also denitrified into atmospheric nitrogen. Then this nitrate is uptake or absorbed by the plant biomass, and plant convert this into biomass. When the animal feeds on the plant biomass, they also transfer the nitrates into animal, and when plant and animal die, their decaying biomass get converted into ammonia by the ammonification. Then what is biological nitrogen fixation? So biological nitrogen fixation is nothing but the nitrogen fixation in which there is a involvement of living organism like bacteria, prokaryotes. So in this biological nitrogen fixation, atmospheric nitrogen is converted into ammonia by living organism like microbes and bacteria. The enzymes nitrogenase complex is very essential for the nitrogen fixation, which is present in some prokaryotes, and it is capable of reduction of this nitrogen. So in this diagram we can see the structure of nitrogen complex, nitrogenase complex, in which there are some substrate like nitrogen, and this nitrogen is converted into the product ammonia and the protons with the help of 16 ATP molecules. So the microbes can be found free in the soil or symbiotically associated with the plants. So microbes in the soil is in the free living, or are free living, or they are symbiotically associated with the plants. What is symbiotic relationship? Symbiotic relationship is nothing but the when two species live with each other and they both get benefited and neither of the species get harmed. So some free living microbes are Azotobacter, Biserinckia, Rhodospirillum. So in this, Biserinckia is aerobic, which needs oxygen for respiration, and Clostridium is anaerobic, which in the absence of oxygen it respires. The cyanobacteria like Anabaena and Nostoc are also free living as well as symbiotic. They work both in free living and symbiotic form. The Rhizobia and Frankia are free living, but as a symbiote they help in the nitrogen fixation to the plants. Rhizobia is also found in the pea, beans, lentils, alfalfa, which are the species of family Leguminaceae. Frankia also found in the roots of non-leguminous plants. So what is symbiotic nitrogen fixation? So in this table we can see the two species, that is a host species and a symbiont species. So what are the symbionts? Symbionts are the species which live in the body of the host species, and host provides some shelter and metabolic compounds to these symbionts, and in this exchange symbionts provide some metabolites to the host plants. So in this situation, nitrogen fixation, symbionts converts the atmospheric nitrogen into a simpler derivatives like nitrates, nitrites and ammonia, and this get absorbed by the host plant, and it is useful in the nitrogen metabolism. So here some are the symbionts and the host plant. The Rhizobium is the symbiont for the Leguminaceae family. Frankia is the symbiont from Alder, Ulmus, Couserina. Acidobacter works with the sugarcane. Anabaena also works with association with the Azolla, which is pteridophyte. Anabaena also works with the Gymnosperm cycas. Bradyrhizobium works with the soybean, and Nostoc works with the Anthoceros, which is bryophytes. So these are the examples of some angiosperm, gymnosperm and bryophytes which are closely associated with some symbionts for the nitrogen fixation. And here what are the characteristics of Rhizobium? Rhizobium is gram-negative, saprophytic, facultative, symbiont and aerobic bacteria. What is saprophytic? Saprophytic means it feeds on the dead and decaying matter of the plant and animal. It is also facultative. Facultative means it sometimes works with the association with the plant, or sometimes it works free. What is symbiont? Symbiont means it works with a host plant for the nitrogen fixation, and aerobic means it requires oxygen for the respiration. What are the enzymes for the nitrogen fixation? The main enzyme for nitrogen fixation is nitrogenase complex, which is present in prokaryote, and this nitrogen complex is encoded by the 17 nitrogen fixing genes, NIF genes. This nitrogenase complex have large component and one small component. This large component is made up of 4 subunits and small component is made up of 2 subunits of the proteins. And the large component proteins is mainly made up of ferrous, molybdenum and sulfur, FeMOS, and small component is made up of ferrous and sulfur only. So this in the large component, the subunits are ferrous molybdenum protein. These are oxygen sensitive. In the presence of oxygen, their functionality they affected. It is also ammonia sensitive, and it is encoded by NIFD and NIFK gene, and it has a dinitrogenase property. The small component, in other hand, has a Fe protein, ferrous protein. It is also oxygen sensitive. Its functionality affects in the presence of oxygen, but there is no effect of ammonia on the small component. It is encoded by NIFH gene. It also has the dinitrogenase reductase property. These enzymes can work only when both the subunits are present together. Both the components are sensitive to oxygen, and oxygen inhibits them irreversibly. So oxygen affects the functionality of both the species. So in the presence of oxygen, their functions can be affected. The enzyme can work only in the presence of both the subunits, large component and small components. When combined together, only this enzyme, then it is functional. So what are the genes and the proteins for symbiosis? So in the plants, there are NOD genes for the nitrogen fixation, also known as nodulin gene, and in the bacteria there is also NOD gene or nodulation gene. So NOD gene or nodulation gene in the bacteria, they transcribe into a single mRNA, and then this single mRNA get converted into a NOD proteins. In the plant, it is converted into NOD factors, and in bacteria it is converted into nodulation factors, and this both the mRNAs are monocistronic mRNAs. So thank you.